Hello everyone, my name is Natalie Ledwell and this is the Inspiration Show. Today my special guest has an exceptionally inspiring story and actually a perfect guest for the Inspiration Show because her personal experience she's now turned around to be able to help other people to better their lives and to look at things that they're doing in their life and how they can turn their life around as well. So let me introduce you my special guest today, Natalie Deanda. How are you, Natalie?
Hey Natalie, I'm fine, thanks. How are you?
I am fantastic today. So why don't we start first of all with your story, because your story in itself is so inspiring, and I'm so glad that you're actually using this to be able to inspire other people to live their lives better as well.
Yeah. Actually for me things started to go wrong, to be honest, when I was quite young. Do you know what a holic is, Natalie?
What is it?
A holic. Do you know what that is?
No.
A holic is a person who is addicted to weighing themselves and who is absolutely dependent on the number of their scales. And as soon as this number goes up, holics, they completely start to freak out. And that was me when I was 8 years old. So when I was still a little girl, I already had a problem with my weight. And when I was a teenager, this problem translated into an eating disorder. I had bulimia when I was a teenager and as a young woman as well. And I never told anyone about that. So I had all these problems and I was hiding them from everyone. And because I didn't know how to help myself, I focused on other people and I tried on helping other people with their problems. And this, when I was in my early 20s, this turned into codependency. So when I was 21, I had kind of a breakdown in front of my general practitioner, and he sent me to a therapist straight away because I had been a depressed, bulimic, and codependent bacteriophobe, and I really needed help at that time.
Right. So it must be at such a young age to have such an awareness that things aren't going great for you. It must be so harrowing. So you find yourself at a therapist, and how did that therapy go for you?
In the beginning, it was actually great because I was finally able to talk about my problems and get a lot of things off my chest. But I don't know, after a couple of months, I was starting to feel that things were going downhill again because my therapist, he didn't get me, and the approach he was using was counterproductive. He was always trying to dig into my past. And I can tell you, if I hadn't already been depressed, I would have become depressed because it was just, it was just so frustrating. And so I was stuck in my past and I had no outlook. And what happened then, and this was actually one of the turning points for me, was that I decided to drop out of therapy. And I decided to stop taking drugs because this is what they did after a while. They just gave me drugs because I didn't get any better. And this didn't sit right with me. So I stopped taking the drugs, I quit therapy, and I joined a yoga class instead. And this was the very first thing that really helped me to get better.
I've listened to a lot of my books on audio, and at the moment I'm listening to a book by Wayne Dyer called I Can See Clearly Now. And it's like an autobiography of him, and he's going back through his life. And he also said the same thing. He said that when he started doing yoga, he never turned back. It was like and when I call yoga my spiritual way of exercising, because you have all exercise benefits, but you have this spiritual element to it as well. So it's interesting how you're having all these realizations through your life. You're looking to get help. What do you think was it that kept you realizing that you had these turning points and that you had to take a different course?
I think it really was a journey. I went on a journey, and it started with yoga. And as soon as I realized that, this peace of mind that I found through yoga, that it really could help me. And I love the title, I Can See Clearly Now. Really, it's perfect because it really helps you to see clearly, and it helps you to define the next steps. And this is what happened to me. You know, I was in a relationship with someone who I had actually agreed to marry. And this person, you know, he was a lovely person, but he didn't love me for who I am. He loved me for the stepwife he wanted to turn me into. And he had suffered from serious childhood trauma and was full of problems, just like all my friends and all my boyfriends at the time. So another thing that really helped me take the next step on my journey was leave my fiance and leave my friends, my so-called friends, you know, who actually suck every bit of energy out of me behind, and take care of myself. This was another big step, you know, just opening your eyes and seeing, okay, what I'm doing right now is not good, and it's not selfish to say goodbye to people in your life who aren't healthy. It's just the right thing to do. You just have to take that step. If you realize that these people are not good for you, then you have to let them go.
Yeah. Now, I totally agree, because, you know, and I can see, like, I see the pattern often with people who, you know, have some things themselves. They kind of deflect from that, because we all have mechanisms that we pick up along the way to help us not really go inward and, you know, and really face what's going on inside of us a lot of the time, whether that be helping other people, whether that be, you know, work or alcohol or whatever that is. It's easy for us to reflect that. So let's say that there's someone that's watching the show right now that, you know, that's like, okay, well, I can see a lot of myself in this story. What is it that they can do to sort of get them out of where they are now into a more positive place?
You know, I always tell people to really take it one step at a time. And this is really important, because often when we feel like we need to change something, then we tend to want it all at once. And then we start out really motivated, and, you know, we give everything for a couple of weeks, and then we feel so overwhelmed that, I don't know, we jump right back to square one because we cannot handle things anymore. So what I always say is take it one step at a time. And I've put everything I have learned on my 15-year journey, and I've combined that with everything that I've learned professionally, because I'm a nutritionist, a specialized nutritionist. I'm a mindfulness coach. I'm trained in herbal medicine and homeopathy. So I've put everything from my personal life and combined that with my professional knowledge, and I have developed a step-by-step approach. And this is what I'm always trying to teach people. Take it one step at a time. Begin with visualization, for example. You know, picture the person you want to be, picture the life you want to live, and visualize this life every single day, and feel the feelings you want to feel as if they were happening now. Because what happens then is that you start to change your reality. And this is the very first step you have to take. You have to know where you want to go, because otherwise you cannot put together your roadmap. So that's the very first step. Visualization, and, you know, really feeling right now what you want to have in your life. And then you know, everything else will start to develop naturally once you've made that first step.
So step one is visualization, which of course we know a lot about at My Movies, because that's what a My Movie is really a cheating tool when it comes to visualization. Yeah. So is this part of your system that you help people with?
Yeah. The first step is visualization, and the second step is actually internalization, which is just the logical consequence. The third step is detoxification, and I'm not only talking about, you know, everything that everybody is doing right now, drinking green smoothies, for example. That's part of it, but I'm talking about detoxing your body, which includes nutrition, of course. I'm also talking about detoxing your home, because there is a lot of things, a lot of products people are using on a day-to-day basis, and they are absolutely not aware of all the toxins they're getting into their system, which mess up your hormones and your feelings. So this is another important stop, you know, getting back to the basics, living as clean as possible. It's also about detoxing your mind. So meditation, mindfulness, and gratitude, that's another very important pillar of my approach. And the pillar number 5, and this one is also really important, is embracing of setbacks. Because even if you know where you want to go, there will always be times when things do not go as smoothly as you'd like them to go. And once you realize that and just accepted the fact that this is going to happen, you know, you've almost made it out of your I don't know, difficult phase, because that's just, less fortunate episodes will always be in your life, but if you take them to fine-tune your goal, then you know, it's just another step into the right direction. So dealing with setbacks, that's another pillar, and the last pillar is self-love. You know, taking really good care of yourself, not feeling guilty when you do so, taking time for yourself. That is really important to get this holistic approach and, you know, heal on every level.
Yeah. You know, I definitely agree with all of those, especially the self-love, because, you know, I think, you know, like you said, if we're moving towards any goal, or really if we're moving forward in life at all, there's always going to be challenges and setbacks. And the thing is, if we beat ourselves up over that, all we're doing is just really, you know, surrounding that whole situation with negative energy. Whereas if we, you know, it may take time to get to this point, but if we can look at it as a gift and look at the positives that come out of that, we completely change what that the meaning of that situation. We completely choose and are in control of how long we allow it to affect us moving forward, and basically what our responses are afterwards.
Yeah, definitely. And, you know, self-love is also, it's a great tool to get this nasty little voice out of your head that is telling you that you're not smart enough, or not beautiful enough, or not, I don't know, whatever, not enough. And self-love is the perfect tool to help you, you know, get this voice out of your head. I saw the video where you talked about this voice as well, and I just loved it. So yeah, and now if you put it all together and you pack it into a complete package, then you will win. Whatever you're going to start, you will always win. You will always come out as the winner, and that's, you know, that's the thing. You have to take it one step at a time, not overwhelm yourself, but keep on going every little day, a little bit of effort, and you will reach your finish line.
Absolutely, I totally agree. So Natalie, I know that you know, you have been working with a lot of people, and I love the fact that you have taken this journey of your life and been able to really empower people to take control of theirs. So if people want to find out more about you and the work that they do, and the work that you do, where can we send them? Where can they find you?
I've got a website which is called simplylivebetter.net. So this is where people can find me. And the 6 pillars I've been talking about, I've put them into a program which I have called My Ultimate Life Transformation. And I call it like that because it's my ultimate life transformation, but whoever is going to read about my program will also say my ultimate life transformation. And this is what I want to do. I want to not provide people with a cookie cutter blueprint, you know, they can follow blindly. I want to inspire them to go on their own ultimate life transformation. So this is what my program is called, My Ultimate Life Transformation.
Wonderful, wonderful. Well, thanks again, Natalie, for joining me. It's been an absolute pleasure, and thank you for sharing your story.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Natalie. Bye.
Now, guys, I encourage you to share this video. You can do that by clicking the Facebook and the Twitter share buttons on this page, Also, don't forget to download the app if you haven't done so already, because you can watch the shows on the go now. You don't actually have to be in front of your computer. And make sure that you leave your email in the box here on the page, because I would love to send you the Manifesting with the Masters video e-course. It's valued at $87, and I would love to send it to you for free. So until next time, remember to live large, choose courageously, and love without limits. We'll see you soon.